This is Wayne from MyTech News, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about a game that I'm currently revisiting. I've already talked about this game on my channel just a little bit, so you may have already seen that video, but maybe you haven't seen that video. Recently, I was browsing my Nintendo Switch's home screen, and I found this game that I haven't played for quite some time, and I really wanted to revisit this game to see if I would re-like it, because I've already bought this game and I really couldn't get a refund on my purchase, so that's why I decided to replay this game just to see if I can get a little bit more value out of it, and just to see maybe the second time I play this game, maybe I'll like it compared to the first time I played, because it's been a couple of months, or maybe even more than a couple of months since I actually played this game. Actually, fun fact, I haven't actually replayed the game since I actually made that last video talking about how I really didn't care about this game and it really wasn't my type of game. So that's how long since I haven't actually played this game. So that's why I wanted to play this game again to see if I would like it. Maybe I would actually get my money's worth out of this game. And now you may be surprised what game I'm about to say, because this is a popular game and a lot of people like this game, but for some reason this game is just not for me, and I really didn't care about it, at least the first time I played this game. The game I'm currently talking about in this video is Rocket League. Yes, I know, you can go ahead and bash me and talk bad about me, how, oh, I don't like Rocket League. How could you not like Rocket League? I love Rocket League. A lot of people love Rocket League. Yes, I must admit, the principle of Rocket League is really cool. I love the fact that Rocket League is a game where it's pretty much you, your car, and a soccer ball, and the whole premise of Rocket League is to take your car, hit a soccer ball into a goal, and that's the whole premise of the game. But when I first played this game, it really did not click with me. I just found that the game was just too simple, too basic. I didn't like the fact that all you do is driving a car around a closed arena and you have this soccer ball and you're trying to hit it in the goal. And overall, this thing really wasn't for me. But now, since I'm revisiting it, I'm trying to give this game a second chance. And what do I think after the second time of revisiting this game? Well, I can say wholeheartedly that this game is still maybe not a game for me. I wouldn't go out right now and say I'm going to go ahead and buy this game, because right now this game is $20. I know a lot of times on different platforms it does go lower than $20. Actually, as of the recording of this video, I'm pretty sure on the Nintendo eShop right now it is actually on the discounted section, so you can get Rocket League lower than $20. I don't know what it is on the Nintendo eShop, because one thing I do have to complain about the Nintendo eShop really quickly is the fact that once you buy a game, you can't see the discounted price, which kind of irks me. I wish you still would be able to see the discounted price on games that you've already bought, and that would have been a cool feature. Not really a big deal since you've already bought the game, so what's the point? But for me, I just wish that was an option on the Nintendo eShop. But going back to Rocket League, I am actually liking Rocket League slightly more than I liked Rocket League when I first played the game. I think the main issue with me and Rocket League was the fact that when I first played Rocket League, I was playing, I think, the standard 3v3 mode, and I found that mode to just be a little bit too chaotic. I really couldn't hit the ball. I was having trouble hitting it into the goal and things like that. I just thought that game mode was too chaotic, and that was pretty much the only game mode I played. I thought that was how you were supposed to play Rocket League, since that was the main game mode. I just stuck to 3v3. But now, since I've been revisiting Rocket League, I've tried some of the other modes, and here's my typical game modes that I like playing in Rocket League for all you purists out there. I don't know if these are the modes that most people go to or whatnot, but these are the modes I've been playing, and I found a little bit more enjoyment out of Rocket League. But it's still a game I wouldn't really recommend to people, and I really wouldn't pay the $20 if I was to buy it right now after playing it. I just don't feel like it's worth $20. Maybe for me it would be somewhere around 10 or 11 or $12. That's how much I'd be willing to pay for Rocket League, if you could still even get me to pay for Rocket League today. But going back to the modes that I do like in Rocket League right now, I love playing 2v2 and I love playing 1v1. The reason I love playing those modes more than your standard 3v3 is the fact that there's less people on the field, so it means I get to hit the ball more, and it means I have more chances to actually hit the ball into the goal. My primary mode right now is 1v1, just because I love hitting the ball a lot, and since there's only another opponent, I can actually practice, I can just fool around. I just think the one-on-one mode is for me, and I love 1v1s, so that's primarily what I've been playing in Rocket League. When I'm feeling a little bit more team-based stuff, I'm still sticking to the 2v2 2v2 mode. I just find the 2v2 mode in the game to be a perfect balance. I find 4 people on the field not to be too chaotic. I find even 3v3s to be a little bit chaotic, so that's why I don't really play 3v3s, and I found some enjoyment in the game. And now that I'm actually playing the 1v1 mode, I find that I hit the ball more, I actually make more goals, and I actually realize there's more people playing Rocket League that aren't actually good at Rocket League like myself. I'm one that's not good at Rocket League. Maybe if I was much more better at Rocket League, I would be inclined to actually play this game more, but since I'm not good at Rocket League, I don't tend to play this game a lot. And the fact that all you're doing is hitting a soccer ball with a car, for me, I just think it gets a little repetitive. I wish there was a little bit more flair to the game and a little bit more stuff you can do in the arena, but that's something that really can't be taken out of the game. But then again, they do have these different modes with power-ups, and they do have these different modes you can kind of fool around with if you want a little bit more variety with Rocket League. But for some reason, also, you would think that for a game that's this basic, and for me complaining about a game that's so basic, it gets boring really fast. You would think I'd want to go to these other modes that have like power-ups and different things that add to the actual experience of the game. But when I actually go to those modes, I just find those not as enjoyable for some reason. It's just like the power-ups aren't fun to use, or maybe the other mechanics of those modes just aren't fun for me. So I'm always sticking to just your generic soccer matches where you have the soccer ball and the car, 2v2 and 1v1. I must admit right now I love the game so much, or not so much, but I love the game a little bit more than I initially did. I went ahead and picked up a DLC car for the game. Surprisingly, when I looked at the DLC cars, at least in the Nintendo Switch version of Rocket League, I realized that there's not a lot of cars. For a game that's based around cars, you would think they would put a lot of cars in the game, but what I found was not a lot of cars when you're scrolling down the list of DLC cars in Rocket League, at least on Switch. I don't know how it is on different platforms, but on Switch, there's not that many cars you can actually choose from when it comes to DLC. The DLC car I actually ended up picking up for Rocket League was one of the Fast and Furious cars. I've actually loved this car prior to it being in Rocket League. I actually have a fascination with this car. This isn't like my #1 go-to car, my #1 sports car, but I do have a fascination with this car. The Fast and Furious car that I actually ended up picking up for Rocket League was the Nissan Skyline. I picked up the Nissan Skyline. I just have a fascination with that car. I think that car is a badass sports car. Overall, I love the look of the Nissan Skyline. So that's pretty much what I rock on mine now. I don't rock any of the generic cars. And then again, the good thing about the DLC cars, talking about the DLC cars really quickly, the DLC cars in Rocket League are really, really, really inexpensive. The Nissan Skyline I picked up from Fast and Furious for Rocket League was only like $1.39, I think, so it was a very cheap car, and I just threw that up, and that's what I'm pretty much rocking now in Rocket League. So my enjoyment of Rocket League has gone up slightly since I first initially said I didn't like the game, but I'm still not a big fanboy of this game, and I'm not gushing over this game, and I don't play hours on hours on hours on hours. Typically how it goes is for like the last week, I've been playing it off and on. I'd play like 30 minutes, get bored, take a break. Go back to it another day, play about 30 or 40 minutes, take a break, and that's pretty much how it goes. Like I said, I still wouldn't buy this game knowing that I played it now, and I still couldn't really recommend it because I personally still don't love it as much as some other people out there. But overall, I think my love for the game has slightly gone up, just slightly. When I mean slightly, I mean slightly. But it is glad that I'm trying to pull more money out of Rocket League because Rocket League is $20, and there's a lot of games on the Nintendo Switch I would rather spend my $20 on that give me a lot more replayability than Rocket League for me personally, because it's just not my go-to game. Anyway, guys, this is Wayne from My Tech News, signing out.